What's going on, guys? It's Jordan back today with today's second video. And in today's second video, we're going to make another video today on Vechain. We're going to take a look at the technicals first, between the 1 hour to the weekly chart. And then we're going to take a look at a couple news things that are happening with Vechain and also Bitcoin at the end of this video. So if that sounds good to you guys are new to the channel and up enjoying today's content, make sure you smack the subscribe button right down below. I appreciate every single one of you guys that takes your time out of your day to do that for me. Now, let's not waste any more time. First, hit that like for all you guys that are already subscribed. Let's jump right into the 4 hour chart here. And you guys can see we do have this support line that is continuing to hold us up for Vechain ever since about March 2nd. So over 16 days, this support line has held us up once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, and now 7 times. So we are just continuing up on the 4 hour on this support line. You guys also see what's very interesting here is all our tops, right? All where we top out on our previous couple pumps to the upside, we do top out at this top yellow line, right? Once, twice, we overshot a little bit, but we came back here, came back to it there, and now we just came back to again. So we're getting squeezed, in my opinion, between these two lines. And we're going to need to see a big move from Vechain within the next couple, really like the next week or so, guys. This is gonna close, really get really tight starting like March 24th. This is gonna end. So within the next 6 days, in my opinion, we do need to see either a big move to the downside or a big move to the upside for Vechain within the next 7 days, guys. So make sure you guys are watching out for that. And I have a couple clues. Just a couple for you guys. Don't think I was going to miss out. A couple clues on what could be happening next. Now, if we switch on over the hourly chart, I think we're going to be going up at least in the very short term. When I'm talking about within the next day or two, we're going to go up. Reason why is we do have that bullish divergence, right? We're getting lower lows on our 1 hour RSI, and we're getting higher lows on our price action, which should push us back up at least to the top of this possible ascending triangle that we could be forming. You guys can see we've now gotten 1, 2, almost 4 touches on the top here, and obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 touches on the bottom as well. So I do think this is going to push us up out of this ascending triangle. All right, and the measure move out of this, guys, if we do take our top to our bottom, let me just readjust this top line here. There we go, and then we put that at our possible breakout point. Let's say we break out, so it doesn't really matter because it's a horizontal line. It doesn't really matter where our breakout point is. That would give us a possible price target of about 96 cents for Vechain if we do break to the upside. Now, if we do break to the downside, obviously my measure move target is probably back down to probably the level of about 71 cents if we do end up breaking down to the downside. I don't see us go much lower than that. Basically just, retesting our previous resistance as support. The only thing I do think is bearish, if we switch back over the 4 hour for a second, you can see, guys, on this run up, right, on this 4 hour, we always make higher highs, okay? You can see we always make higher highs on these pumps up. We never make the same high. And the only thing that worries me here is we've now made a double top here, which could be slightly bearish in the short term, as it just may show that we've kind of lost a little momentum here for Chainlink going forward. We don't have bearish divergence though, which is good. I just thought that was slightly bearish that we did kind of make a little double top here. But nonetheless, we could just get support on the bottom of this channel and continue up, okay? But on the 1 hour, it looks like we could be pumping to the upside on the short term here, guys. So watch out for this bullish divergence in the breakout to the upside to about 96 cents if and only if we break this support line. We have to break this resistance line, which stands at about 82 cents approximately. If we break that, we could be going up to 96 cents. Like I said, guys, that's the hourly chart. Now let's switch over to the daily. All right, this is the daily chart. And what the daily is telling me is we do have a possible bearish divergence on the daily, okay? You can see we've gotten higher highs in price action, lower lows, lower highs on the RSI. And you can see the last time that happened, guys, was right here. We got lower highs on our RSI. We got higher highs in price action, and that did make us go down temporarily. But will that happen again? Will we dip back down to the downside again? Well, it's definitely possible we could, okay? We definitely can't keep that out of the realm of possibility. We do have this upwards support line on the daily as well, guys. So it could be possible that, we could come back down possibly and retest the bottom of this trend line, obviously before continuing up to the upside. Now, if and whenever we do continue up to the upside, our next target is our 2.618 Fibonacci at about 99 cents, which actually lines up pretty well, not obviously perfectly, but pretty well with our measure move breakout and our ascending triangle. It's about 3 cents off there. And then we have our 3.618 guys, which is about 12.38 cents. Okay, so those are our next two targets if we do continue up. What I could see happening here is if we extend this out, what I could see happening is us, like I said, come back down, retesting this if Bitcoin decides to take another slight dump, right? Slight dump to the downside, and then maybe continuing up here. But with how bullish Vechain has been, we could just continue up to the upside. I just think it's possible we could dip back to the downside because of this bearish divergence that we have on the daily chart. So make sure you guys are watching out for a possible dip back down below and then another pump to the upside coming shortly after, kind of like we did back when we had this one where we dipped back down below and touched the bottom and then got a big impulse back to the upside, guys. So make sure you guys are watching out for that. Anyways, that's the daily chart, right? We know our next two targets, 99 cents and 12.3 cents. I switched to the Vechain Bitcoin chart. Now this looks extremely bullish, right? And if we can ever break this green line, which is about 157 Satoshis, if we ever can break that line, guys, we could be going at least back up to levels of about like 195 Satoshis, okay? And you can see this move is starting to get more and more parabolic. You guys can see I made our angle here, and we're just continuing to get more and more parabolic. I can't even make the line this parabolic without it looking just really weird, but we are getting super parabolic on this trend. Let's see if that continues up and we can ever break, like I said, this local high here from back in April 2019. We could be going up to levels, close to up here, guys. So look out for a huge move coming on the Vechain Bitcoin chart if we can break that level. If we get rejected here, we could obviously see a retest of probably about 12.6 Satoshis if we continue to get rejected, okay? Now, let's look at a couple of the news outlets, right? There's not much news out for Vechain. I searched long and wide for some news. First, I want to look at these Twitter posts from this random guy. I thought it was pretty cool. But Vechain could just be forming a kind of a horizontal, vertical, whatever, Adam and Eve pattern, okay? Where you got your Adam here, and then you got your long Eve, right? And if we can get back up, right, to about, it's really about 14 cent level, we could maybe form this. And we need to obviously break that 14 cent level in order to confirm this. But, if we did break that, right, it's a 325% measured move to the upside. If we do break that to the upside, putting us around 59 cents for Vechain. So obviously this is just purely hypothetical, purely moon boy content, but I just saw this when I searched Vechain. I thought it was kind of an interesting chart. Obviously it's not a perfect pattern, but definitely something to look out for going forward for Vechain. All right, guys. Now we have a couple different news things here. We have Vechain actually being used to track, I'm not going to say the word, vaxes, right? So huge industry that could be coming out from this, guys, as we see Vechain really start to have a huge use case with tracking who's getting the, but I can't say it obviously on here, and I'm not going to get demonetized, but you guys get the point, right? I mean, just a huge news catalyst here, where a bunch of countries are starting to use blockchain and Vechain in particular to track who gets this. So, within the next year or two, this could be such a huge use case for Vechain going forward, guys. So I first wanted to touch on this and give you guys a quick little news story. This is really the only big story that's come out for Vechain in the last couple of weeks, guys. But this could be huge, especially for the time that we're in 2021, for Vechain to be used on this type of magnitude, okay? So big things coming here for Vechain. We also have one thing on Bitcoin is the stock to flow ratio. We haven't looked at this in a while, but obviously I'm gonna look at this. You guys know this is a Vechain video, but we know when Bitcoin pumps, that's gonna bring up the altcoins as well. So that's why I like to bring this up, guys. We see Bitcoin, right? The last two cycles, guys. This is the stock to flow model. If you haven't seen it before, we usually follow this trend line, and you see the last two, really the last three market cycle tops, we do overshoot the projected model price. You can see right here in 2014, we overshot the model price, by over 10x, and over here back in 2011 or 2010, 2011, we overshot it by another 10x. Okay. And, in 2017, we overshot it from, it was probably about 7,000 to by about a 3x. So in my opinion, right now, the stock to flow model, if we were to go to the top, is sitting at right under 100K. So minimum, right? We get a 2x over that. That puts us about 200K as our top, for our stock to flow model, in my opinion. And we see we overshoot this by a lot most of the time. So don't be surprised if we do overshooting it by a significant amount. Coming up soon within the next couple months, in my opinion, as we really start catching up to this stock to flow model, as we're really just following it to a T, really, this year. It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy almost, these last couple of years for the stock to flow model. So I wanted to touch on this real quick, and it has nothing to do with Vechain, but I like to bring this type of stuff up at the end of the video, obviously to show us this absolute strength of the crypto market in general, and the heartbeat in general, which is Bitcoin, as we know, guys. All right, so hope you guys did enjoy the video on Vechain. Make sure you guys are just watching out on this possible double top, and also the possible upside of obviously this bullish divergence. We'll see if it plays out and brings us closer to the upside, guys. All right, so if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you press the subscribe button. If you're new, smack that like button for me. Let's kill that YouTube algorithm. All right, and I'll see you guys in the live stream coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, guys, I'll see you guys then. Stay cool. Peace out, fellas.